Keep the dining out going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date. Can I ask you a question? Why do you want to get the COVID-19 vaccine?
I don't like getting sick. The virus will die. It will be easy to not catch it. Keep my family safe and keep playing soccer. Because I love being vaccinated.
What's your hope for everyone?
I hope everybody gets the vaccine to keep safe and strong. Be like happy, having fun everywhere. Everyone stay safe and hope you get the vaccine.
Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Good Monday morning, West Bloomfield. Thank you very much for joining us on The Splash Live. Dave, Scott, here in our Splash Live studios on this Monday. Thank you very much for joining us. The Splash is part of an hour and a half of live television each and every Monday through Friday. It starts out with the Splash at 9:30, 9:30 to 10. Then Tyler Keefe comes in at 10 o'clock, and we'll do another hour of information and news around our community, and he'll expand things a little bit, take a look at Oakland County and certainly the rest of the state of Michigan. Easy to watch every day. You can check us out where we've always been for over 20 years in Comcast, Channel 15. If you're an AT&T subscriber, works a little different on AT&T. You got to go to Channel 99 and you'll find a list of all the communities. Go in there and select West Bloomfield, Keego Harbor, Orchard Lake, Sylvan Lake, and there we will be. Click on one of those and you'll get right to our community programming. Easier to watch, though, quite honestly, on the web. If you got your computer out, go to civiccentertv.com in full high definition. You can go to the Watch Live link, see everything real easy right on your computer, right on your smartphone, wherever you happen to be, civiccentertv.com. We're also out on the social networks. You can go to Facebook this morning and watch us live. Do your search for Civic Center TV 15. We're also live this morning on YouTube. Same thing, search for Civic Center TV. And then the one thing we are delighted to have, it's such a great asset, is 89.3 FM. So as you're driving around the community this morning, you can tune in. So if you're sitting in your computer at home, you have to run out to work, just turn your radio on when you get in your car. 89.3 FM. So weather-wise, it's going to be a little bit better today. Wasn't it cold over the weekend? My goodness, cold and blustery and windy, although we only got a little bit of that lake effect snow that they got all over the western part of the state and up north. And did you see how much snow they got in Buffalo, New York? My goodness, it was like 6 feet of snow out there. Today, though, nothing like that. You'll see the sunshine poking through the clouds today. 41 degrees will be our high. That's very good for this time of year. Cooling down to 25 tonight. 44 tomorrow. Again, same kind of weather pattern tomorrow, except even a little bit warmer. Really, 44 after what we had over the weekend. Sounds pretty good to me. 28 our low tomorrow. Thanksgiving Day, it's going to be more of the same, although we will see a little precip, some rain, possibly, unlikely snow, but some probably some liquid precipitation moving into the area for Thursday and Friday and as we head into the weekend. And if you're heading up to northern Michigan, the ski areas are going to open up after Thanksgiving. So get your turkey in, head up north. They got all that snow up there, great for snowmobiling or skiing at Boyne or Nubbs or Crystal or Shanty Creek, wherever you like to go up in northern Michigan. So this morning on the show, we're going to do something interesting. I think you'll find it interesting. I hope you will. And I'm not necessarily a great expert in this. So I'm going to show you that even if you've never gone to a civic meeting here in West Bloomfield, it's not that hard to figure out what's going on. And all you got to do is look at the agenda. Now, tonight, we have two very significant meetings going on, the West Bloomfield Township Board and the West Bloomfield School District. Both of those meetings will be covered here on Civic Center TV through our various outlets. You'll be able to watch them on TV. But what's in store for us tonight? Very big decisions for our community. So we'll take you through the entire meeting. And we're going to go through the whole agenda for both meetings very briefly. There's some things in there that probably wouldn't end up in a normal newscast, but we'll just take a look at the agenda and show you what's in there and give you a little introduction to that. And then again, encourage you to do what we do here at Civic Center TV, and that is get very involved in your local municipal government. It's all live and on TV. You don't have to leave your living room. You can just engage tonight for this very important school board meeting or very important township board meeting tonight right here. So we're going to walk you through that this morning. We're also going to introduce you to what I think are the top 5 videos in the greater West Bloomfield area. We put them up on our website there at civiccentertv.com/top5. We'll run down and take a look at some of those. And we're working on a list to update that later in the week. There's lots of great videos, but sometimes you go searching on YouTube and it's a little difficult to find the things that you want that pertain right to our community. So we'll do that. Another list for you today. We're going to run down the top 10 most dangerous intersections in Oakland County. And I can tell you right now, intersection number 1 and number 2 are right here in West Bloomfield. So we'll run those down for you. That's what's coming up on the Splash this morning. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back. I know this might not be the most exciting thing in the world, but I think you're going to find it very interesting as we take a look at tonight's West Bloomfield Township Board meeting and West Bloomfield School District meeting. That coming up in just a minute right here on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
Now that the vaccine is available for children 5 and up, why do you recommend it?
Kids are part of the community and they can spread COVID.
We're seeing both healthy children getting sick from the virus as well as children with underlying health conditions.
They can easily bring the virus home to other people that are vulnerable and make them sick as well.
This vaccine can change that and keep children safe.
It's essential that your children get vaccinated to protect them, to protect your families, and to protect those in the community around you.
I'm feeling good. Let's savor these moments. Made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the dining out going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date.
Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Good morning and welcome back to the Splash Live. Dave Scott in our Civic Center studios, Civic Center TV studios on Walnut Lake Road. And, I just want to let you know that this channel that you're watching right now is funded by your local cable dollars here in West Bloomfield. And one of the primary objectives and reasons this was set up some 20 years ago, and I can say by my mother Agnes and a lot of other really important people, not important people, but other people in the community that really care. This is set up to give you a local look at television and a local look at your government in particular. So this morning, I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at the agendas for the 2 big meetings we have tonight. And they're very significant meetings. So I want you to know before I get going, I didn't put a ton of work into this. I'm just going to take you through it as your average person, just opening it up. I didn't do any preparation. Took a quick glance and let's see what's in here. Okay. Because the township board meets frequently along with the West Bloomfield School District and our other boards and commissions. And, it's really easy to go in and take a look at the agendas. They're all posted on either the school district website or the West Bloomfield Township website. Very easy to find. And I advise you to go in there, take a look, keep an eye when your meetings are coming up. And then when there's something on the agenda that you think is interesting, show up. And I can tell you for tonight, I'd have a hard time deciding whether, and I'm kind of a political geek, but I'd have a hard time deciding whether to go to the West Bloomfield Township School Board meeting tonight or go go to the township board meeting. There's that much going on. So let's take a look. So the guys are going to bring up the West Bloomfield Township board agenda here first. So this is when you click on the website and you go in, here's what you're going to see. And let's just scroll down. So first of all, we can see all the information. Meeting begins tonight at 6 o'clock, and you'll be able to see it right here on Civic Center TV. So they're going to do the call to order, the roll call, the Pledge of Allegiance. They've got to do the agenda. Now, here's something that's really important. At the beginning of the meeting, and often at the end of most of these meetings, there's an opportunity for you, members of the public, to offer any comments. Now, understand that, and sometimes depending on who is sitting at the dais, understand this is really not intended for you to have some back and forth dialogue with the members of the elected commission or board, but it is a really good opportunity for you to be able to share an issue with them, let them know about some big public event that's coming up. After all, you got people watching these meetings. It's a great public forum where all you got to do is show up, state your name, stand in front of a microphone, and you two are the stage. You got 3 minutes. Don't expect a lot of dialogue. Don't expect them to, interact with you too much, but it's a good opportunity for you, and you should take advantage of it, for you to come in before your elected officials and let them know about an issue that's important to you. So that's public comment at the beginning of the meeting. The next thing on the agenda is the presentation of a helmet to Debbie Binder for her participation in fire ops. Of course, Debbie Binder is our township clerk. A lot of these items at the beginning of the agenda you'll see are things like this, where the board wants to recognize somebody, get some people into the meeting. And a lot of these things, before the heavy lifting of the business of the meeting goes on, happen early in the meeting. There'll be a declaration declaring Saturday, November 26th, as Small Business Saturday. And that's great timing. That's going to be done in conjunction with a small business program going on here in Oakland County and right here in West Bloomfield. And then we also have another resolution acknowledging November's Family Court Awareness Month. The next thing here is consideration. This is kind of a planning thing, consideration and review of a preliminary site plan. And just getting right down to it, they're going to be talking about Walnut Village, a 101-unit townhome community that has been recommended by the Planning Commission. So the Planning Commission has already gone through all the details. They're putting it in front of the Township Board for consideration tonight. So it's a pretty big unit, pretty big facility, 101-unit townhome community on Walnut Lake Road, 2075 Walnut Lake Road, and that will be under consideration tonight. There's going to be a discussion about the court budget tonight and the Parks and Recreation Commission budget going on. Anything that needs a public hearing, those things will show up here. And that's what's going on here, a public hearing for the West Bloomfield Community Development Block Grant Program. Some budget considerations for a variety of things are next on the agenda. And if we continue to scroll down, guys, you can see all the budget stuff. Now, the consent agenda, this is something that if you've not been to a meeting, this is where they put all the little stuff. And, not to pick on our elected officials, because they really do a good job of making these meetings very transparent. But sometimes there'll be some things in here that they just want to approve very quickly and get through it quite quickly on the meeting. But most of the items in here are things that they've already had a lot of discussion on, and they're just the routine business. And rather than have to vote on every single one of these, they'll put them all on the consent agenda and they'll go through those. So we won't take a lot of time to look at every one of those items tonight. But when you do go to a meeting, you should take a look at what's on the consent agenda. There might be something in there that is of your particular interest. And here's one thing you might want to do. If you find that on the agenda before the meeting, you can always call your local elected official and say, hey, look, I think this thing needs more consideration. When you get there to vote, why don't you not vote to include that on the consent agenda? Just another way you as a citizen can get involved. So let's go back and continue to look at what's next. Next thing is some hiring information and personnel for the police department. and some other information. The next thing down here is our boards and commissions, and our cable commission board has an opportunity for new commissioners, so that will be discussed. Now, here's where you also see things that are coming up in the community. They have to get approved by the township, so they pop up here. So I didn't know about 2022 Christmas in West Bloomfield. It's got to get approved. So the township is going to be asked tonight to offer a grant and approve a grant for Christmas in West Bloomfield, an event that'll take place on Sunday, December 18th. And that'll be at the West Bloomfield High School main parking lot. And this is all being put together by the folks at Oak Point Church in West Bloomfield. And Kristen Williams will be at the meeting tonight to talk about that and answer any questions for the township board. And it's just nice. So now you know that we have this event coming up here in West Bloomfield. Looks like the fire department's got to buy some new equipment to keep us safe. That's the next item on the agenda here. And let's keep going through to see if there's anything else here that is of special interest. So the next one is an ordinance to amend the Code of Ordinances to clarify regulations for outdoor spas, provide definition and use of regulation for banquet facilities, and allow liquor establishments within the Township Center District. So a bunch of zoning changes. Sounds like some interesting things we'll be talking about tonight. And then there's some more of that. So an award to replace a bridge on Halstead Road. If you drive Halstead Road every day, this might be something that is of special interest to you. The next item is one, as I was scanning through here, I thought was very interesting. So let's scroll down to item number 24. Let's read this. Consideration of an ordinance to amend the charter of the Township of West Bloomfield. And here's, I assume, the change. Smoking in an educational facilities, minor in possession of tobacco and vapor products, and minors entering a tobacco specialty retail store and cigar bar. So this is a big issue. We know this is a big issue with the youth in our area and everywhere in our country. It's not an issue just here in West Bloomfield. Vaping quite a bit. And I was talking to some of the guys here in our production team who are a little bit younger and closer to high school age. And, I kind of remember when I was a kid and in high school, some students would sneak off and smoke a little bit. Well, apparently now that is a continuing problem in some schools. And so this might be an issue to address where people can vape. Can they vape in schools? Can they smoke in school? And which I'm sure is already discouraged heavily, and can they go in and buy vape products as a minor here in West Bloomfield? So those are the things on the West Bloomfield agenda tonight. Pretty interesting stuff. Now, admittedly, I get all excited about local government, but pretty interesting things. And this is the reason why it's a good idea for you to take a couple of minutes, go to the township website before meetings, which are on Monday nights for the township board, the biggest body in West Bloomfield. Take a look at the agenda and you may find something that gets you excited, like that tobacco issue, or maybe it's some of the other things we talked about today, and give you a reason to want to go to the meeting. Or you may just want to go to the meeting tonight to take your opportunity to let the township board know something that is of interest to the entire community. Maybe I'll show up and promote Splash for 3 minutes tonight. Whatever you want to do, it's your opportunity as a member of the community to get involved and get engaged. And again, just a reminder, tonight's meeting will be covered beginning at 6 o'clock, and you'll be able to listen and watch right here on our outlets. It is a huge night for the West Bloomfield schools. We're going to take a quick break. We'll take a quick look at the West Bloomfield schools agendas and then get to our videos and our top 10 intersections in just a couple of minutes. Thank you for tuning in. You are watching The Splash Live, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. What's happening around you? Hear about state events, businesses, and from the people behind them on the Megacast, an hour-long TV, radio, and streaming show keeping you informed on the day-to-day news. Listen in on talks with volunteer groups, documentarians, and financial advisors, Monday to Friday with your host, Tyler Kieft. Catch the Megacast weekdays from 10 a.m. to 11 on Civic Center TV, 89.3 Lakes FM, and streaming on mymytv.com. Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV. My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV. And now, back to the Splash, live.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Splash Live. Dave Scott in our Walnut Lake studios, inviting you to tune in every day from 9:30 until 11 o'clock for our local programming, the Splash Live. Tyler Keefe in just a couple of minutes with the Megacast. And we will be taking the day off on Thursday and Friday for these shows. So we invite you to tune in, though. We'll be live here for the next couple of days as we lead into the Thanksgiving holiday. Coming up in just a minute, we're going to take a look at the 10 most dangerous intersections in Oakland County. And I can tell you number 1 and number 2 are right here in West Bloomfield. We'll find out what those are in just a minute. We'll also take a quick look at the top 5 videos that I've selected that are on our website from YouTube as they relate to West Bloomfield. But right now, on the program this morning, we're talking about our municipal meetings. Now, they may not seem like the most important or sexiest thing to do on a Monday night in West Bloomfield. You might want to go out or watch a movie or do something else that is a little bit more entertaining. But certainly getting involved in your local government is something you should do. It's a great thing to do with your students, middle school or high school, even elementary school students. Take them to a West Bloomfield school board meeting. When I was a student at West Bloomfield High School, my mother was on the school board, and I can't tell you how interesting it was to take a look at all the things going on there. Big meeting tonight. And let's take a look real quick at the West Bloomfield school agenda. And we're going to go right down to item number 8 because we are kind of tight on time. But item number 8 on tonight's agenda is getting a lot of discussion. You can see it right there. It is a bond go up a little bit, bond resolution and approval by the school board. So there'll be a motion to support a recommendation to seek preliminary qualification status with the Michigan Department of Treasury. And it's kind of rolling off the side of the screen there, but I've got it on mine for a $148 million no millage increase bond issue. What all that means and how it all works, honestly, I don't know. We'll have folks and experts on the show over the next couple of days and explain it to you. But what I do know, it's a big investment in schools here in West Bloomfield. And the school board will be talking about it and having discussion in front of the public tonight. I also understand there are some people in the community that do have some concerns about this big investment, as would only be natural. So a discussion tonight about the additional investment in our schools. I believe on the plate tonight is to talk about improvements to elementary schools, Shaco, Roosevelt, taking a look at what's going to happen with Abbott now that we have the new West Bloomfield Middle School. All this is up for discussion and consideration, and I'm sure there are some plans that the school board will share with you tonight. Big, important issue for our community, and you have a chance tonight to hear it firsthand from the school board. Go to the school board meeting, and if you can't make it, be sure to join us right here on Civic Center TV and WBTV Channel 19 tonight and be able to catch the entire school board meeting. And we'll have more information on what goes down tomorrow morning right here on The Splash. So there you go. Just a little dose of local government this morning. I hope you're inspired now to go to these meetings either in person or online. Let's head over to Civic Center TV and take a look at, we're going to look at the intersections. That's fine. Nope, we'll go to Civic Center TV and take a look at the top 5 videos that we have on our website. You can go to civiccentertv.com and roll over to our page, Top 5, civiccentertv.com/top 5. And this is just my list. Your list might be a little bit different. But here are the top 5 videos about West Bloomfield. And we put them all on this page. The first one is, if you scroll back up there a little bit, guys, the first one is Another Angle West Bloomfield. And that's a video all about our community. It was shot almost 10 years ago when the drones first came out. It's still one of the top videos on YouTube today about our community, and a great opportunity for you to see the community from another angle. That is the name of the show, narrated by George Moore, former voice on Civic Center TV. I hope you tune in. Tree Runner Adventure Park. They've got their video on YouTube, and we love it. And that is video number 2. And you'll be able to see all about this really amazing facility. Someplace you don't probably want to go this time of year, but a great opportunity for you and the kids to run out to this adventure park in West Bloomfield. And the video really inspires you. I like the video because it's so cool to see what really goes on there. A great family fun spot and a great asset here in our community. And that is our second video. Video number 3 on the website, if the guys scroll down, we'll get and see. It is the tornado of 1976. And that was a devastating tornado that ripped through Maple and Orchard Lake Road intersections and continued through some of the subdivisions right in that area. And this video tells the whole story. If you weren't around in the community at that time, you would never know by driving through the neighborhoods, but that is there. So that's video number 3. Video number 4 on the list, we'll scroll down and take a look at that, is all about Donovan Edwards, who hopefully will be healthy and playing for the University of Michigan against Ohio State. He's had a huge impact here in our community, especially for football fans at West Bloomfield High School, and is playing football at the very highest level in collegiate athletics. Donovan Edwards, video number 4. And video number 5 on the list is all about the new West Bloomfield Middle School. You can get a look at the middle school from the perspective of the teachers and the staff before the school opened. And if you've not been by there, watch a video. It's really quite amazing. So let's take our last couple of minutes and take a look at the top 10 most dangerous intersections right here in Oakland County. And as you're about to see, a couple of them at the top of the list are right in our own backyard. Intersection number 1, most dangerous, Martin Parkway at Pontiac Trail in Commerce Township. 140 crashes, 18 injuries, and it is a roundabout just outside of West Bloomfield, but certainly a path that many of you drive every day. Most dangerous intersection number 2, Orchard Lake and 14 Mile. Been around about there the last several years. I think they did a great job building it, but there's so much traffic there that we do have a fair amount of injuries and crashes there. 122 crashes over the past year, 15 injuries. The experts remind me these roundabout crashes aren't usually quite as bad because cars don't T-bone or get into head-on accidents. They're more scrape along the side accidents. So that is really good news. Outside of our local area, the number 3 most dangerous intersection in our county, Telegraph and 12 Mile Road. Busy intersection. It makes sense. Then Southfield and 11 Mile Road. Franklin Road at Square Lake Road, most dangerous intersection number 5. That's that really complicated intersection where Square Lake Road, if you're coming from West Bloomfield, kind of turns into a very big, busy road. And right now in that picture, you're looking down Franklin Road, which comes in right there at that same spot. It's a bunch of roads all convening together in a complicated intersection. And that's why we have such a problem there. Maple and Telegraph, another big intersection, 63 crashes there. A little bit out of our area, up in Dixie Highway and I-75. If you're driving north from West Bloomfield in our area, a lot of times you'll head up in that area. Be careful at Dixie Highway and I-75. Kind of an unusual interchange. 61 crashes there. 13 in Woodward, again, not your typical intersection, is number 8 on the list. You got 13, you got Coolidge kind of spinning and weaving through there, and just a very busy area. I-75 and M59 in Auburn Hills, probably one of the most busy interchanges in our area. And then Beck Road and I-96 in Novi finishes off the list. Be careful, especially in those roundabouts. And if you got a friend that doesn't really know how to drive them, maybe jump in the car, go for a ride with them, give them a helping hand. help them look around before they go through the roundabout. Hey, we're out of time. That's going to be it for today. Be sure to watch the township board meeting. The school board meeting will report more on what happened at those meetings tomorrow morning right here in the Splash. Tyler Keith coming up. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow at 9:30.